xe lên, chút xíu nữa có thể là tổng thống đi vô ngã đường này nha quý vị. Đó, để cho quý vị thấy được. Và bây giờ chúng ta đi một vòng cho mọi người thấy được là mặc dù bên trong thì đông đảo như vậy, nhưng mà bên ngoài này thì mọi người, những người nào muốn set a rest ra đây ăn uống quý vị, có những cái nơi này, có những cái chỗ nhà hàng lên ăn uống rồi, giống như cái bar vậy đó, rất là tuyệt vời. Đó. Bên ngoài này thì những cái người này đi ra, đi vô thì cổng bên kia nha, nhưng mà nếu mà đi ra phải đi ra đường này, còn đi vô lại thì vô bên kia. Còn đây là những cái line người ta get line đứng chờ mua đồ ăn đó quý vị. Đó. Bên ngoài này, cái đường này ra chứ không phải đường vô, chỉ có đi ra được thôi chứ đi vô là không được nha, cái phía bên kia mới đi vô được. Đó, đây là người ta đứng get line để chờ mua đồ ăn này quý vị. Em sẽ đi một vòng luôn nha. Tất cả các cổng đều đứng kiểm soát rất là kỹ, tại vì chút xíu nữa tổng thống phải về đây để mà có bài diễn văn vào lúc 3 giờ rưỡi nha. Bây giờ sắp sửa tới giờ rồi, nhưng bên ngoài nào vẫn bán đồ ăn đầy đủ cho mọi người. Đó. Đông lắm. Cái sức chứa của cái Capital One này quý vị, arena này thì sức chứa có thể nó lên đến 20.000 người. Chính vì vậy mà hôm nay tổng thống không tổ chức ngoài trời nhưng tổ chức inside. Quý vị thấy không, mọi người ra đứng get line để chờ mua đồ ăn đông như vậy luôn đó. Đi vòng vòng cho mọi người thấy được cái cảnh tại cái buổi lễ nhậm chức này nha. Mọi người vẫn tới đây ăn uống bình thường đó, quý vị thấy không, đứng get line. Mặc dù cái line chờ rất là lâu nhưng mà từ vòng cho thấy được. Cái sóng trong này thì rất là yếu. Đây là cái cổng vô chính này, đây là cái cổng chính vô này quý vị. Tất cả mọi người vô thì đều phải qua cái máy scan đó. Hôm nay nó rất là phiêu luôn, tại vì nó tổ chức hai bên. Vừa rồi đó tổng thống nhậm chức đó quý vị. Và bên này thì cái chỗ mà để mà chiều này tổng thống, thay vì tổng thống đi bộ mà diễu hành thì tổng thống sẽ về đây để mà nói chuyện cùng với tất cả những người dân mà đã đến đây để ủng hộ ngài đó. Tuyệt vời lắm quý vị. Đó, cũng chính vô. Thấy không? Quý vị thấy không? Mọi người đi ra chứ không có đi vô nha. Ra được vô không được. Một vòng mà cho mọi người. Bây giờ không, tất cả bán nhà hàng trong này bán đồ ăn rất là đông, đông lắm. Buổi lễ nhậm chức vẫn đang còn, tổng thống đang còn nói chuyện bên chỗ Capitol. Đi đánh gần một vòng rồi đó, cho quý vị thấy rồi đó. Đó. Bây giờ chúng ta đã chính thức, tổng thống Trump chính thức là tổng thống thứ 47 của tổng thống thứ 47 của nước Mỹ này rồi. Bây giờ ngài là tổng thống đương nhiệm của American. Bao năm tháng chúng ta đợi để mà sorry bị mất sóng hoài. Đi xuống đường này chứ. 110 hay 111 thôi. Có thể lấy. Tuyệt vời. Kiss me. Thank you.
Has ever gotten that many more votes.
Yes. I just said earlier.
I said to Melania, what do you think?
You're good.
Thank you.
And had I lost, I would have been just like the ultimate poll. But I knew how well we did, and this time they tried.
Đi một vòng bên ngoài cho mọi người thấy.
You know, I don't know if you saw Mr. Speaker.
Tổng thống đang nói chuyện này có gì?
The gentleman asked a very respected gentleman, how come the polls, they showed you winning, but not at all? Because people that are true Trumpers are so angry at the whole polling system and the fake news that they don't want to. So when you call someone from Trump, who you voting for?
Trump.
They say, it's none of your business. And that was probably 40% of the people who called. So they would destroy him. And then when the election happened, you know, the vote game was much different, much higher than we're going to win, but they thought they couldn't believe we won so much higher. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of votes, which is hard for a Republican. I'll tell you who the unions came through, the oracles were great, the Teamsters were great, the firemen were great.
The Republicans are here, and they're going for the auto workers that I do. I'm a delegate.
Sean O'Brien, the head of the Teamsters,
They go to all the
General Pickens, the head of the
they didn't tell
the
me.
union would be with us for
They're bad.
80-85%. Look what we did with the other organization. Look at the Teamsters. Teamsters,
Money.
they were a solid vote, and they voted for. So we had a great experience. This has been now we have to go to work and get it done because we have to do something that's going to be we're going to turn it around.
That's what you're saying.
And we're going to turn it around. And I think this was a better speech than the one I made up. This was better, JD. I think this was much better. And I got to see my friend. So, Governor, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
You call me,
I know.
we'll start working. You know what that means? Tomorrow, that's it. That's it. Next week. Yeah,
Của Texas.
You've done a fantastic job protecting something it's not supposed to be for the state. And amazing job you've done. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody. I have a first lady who's been incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Woohoo.
I shouldn't say this. I'm going to get hell when I say this, but her feet are absolutely aching. You know those heels. And we're going home. Sir, will you be able to go down and say hello to some of your other fans? And I said, oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Did you get to see pretty clearly the picture I held? Good. That's good. Because you wouldn't want to make the same speech again, right? But she said, darling, I love you so much, but my feet are killing me. I said, honey, let me see how far it is I asked the person. Long 400 yards, that's 5 foot. I said, can you make it? She said, we're going to make it no matter what. We're going to make it because we are.
Yeah. Woohoo.
And we went out to the helicopter. just prior to this and said goodbye. It's a custom, and the wind was blowing like crazy. And with the hat that she almost blew away. We almost lost our. She was being elevated off the ground. She almost blew away. No, so we all appreciate it because you've been a great first lady. Beautiful and a great first lady.
Wow.
Jackie, whenever I make this speech, I see hundreds of friends who go, first lady, and they do, and they share. She's great. So I just want to thank you very much. I just want to thank everybody. And I hope that I said to JD, should we give her the A treatment, the B treatment, the C, the D, or the F? You know what the F is? Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. I gave you the A+ treatment. Thank you. Thank you, Navarro.
Woo! Thank you.
Thiếu dễ sợ.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Peter Navarro.
Tough act to follow in it. Hey, I'm the lead-off hitter for what's going to be a great program before the boss gets here. And the first thing I want to say, I'm walking in darkness up G Street, on my way to meet the boss and the troops at church, and I'm seeing every one of you in line.
Yes! Woo! Yes!
And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't get the memo that said it's too cold to be outside.
Yeah!
And I know Donald Trump won this election, but that kind of show standing out there is why he won. So I'm asking you to give yourself a round of applause right now.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to be quick here because we got a bunch of folks coming. I'm going to tell you a little story. And it's called James Brown. James Brown meets Ronny in Trumpland. And it starts like this. Once upon a time, I was a high school senior. Back here, I got to check out the first thing on my list, which was go to a James Brown concert at the Howard Theater. DC, you know the Howard Theater? It's long gone. Beautiful place. James Brown, you know, as the king of soul, but he was also called the hardest man in show business. And James Brown and Donald Trump were actually good friends. And there's a story for the fake news. I don't know if you want to report this, but there's a rumor going around in 1999 when James gave the entertainment in Mar-a-Lago on New Year's Eve. How because that's what you do.
Yeah.
So why am I talking about this? Because Donald Trump, like James Brown, Donald John Trump is the hardest working president in history.
Yes! Woo!
And today he starts working for you. You know, he got elected because he was on the right side of the issues.
Yes.
But it was also because he outworked everything. Now, where does Ronald Reagan come into it? Ronald Reagan said, personnel is policy and good personnel is good policy. Donald Trump is the spear, but he has assembled a beautiful team to do everything he wants to get done. Do you want secure borders? Do you want deportations?
Yes.
Do you want to stop the flow of fentanyl? Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, people like Tom Homan, Christine Nome, and El Supremo Stephen Miller. That's personnel that's going to help Donald Trump do that. Back there we got Chris Wright and Doug Byrne. They're the twins on Drill Baby Drill.
Yes.
They're going to get that done for you. And we're going to stop the wars out there. And Donald Trump's going to do it with the help of people like Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, and Steve Witkoff, who just happened to negotiate the House please. And Pam Bondi, you know Pam Bondi?
Yes.
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 Patel?
Yes. You
We
know.
want them to do it. This department and FBI. Face up, what do you think?
Yes. Woo.
You see, Fauci got part today. Well, as many of you know, they sent me to prison for 4 months for defending the Constitution. And I can tell you, with all honesty, I never met any in prison bad stuff as those people. Fauci, Merrick Garland, Alvin Bragg. Time for a little accountability, perhaps. And lastly, I'm going to be a small part of the big trade and manufacturing team. You're going to see new folks, shining stars, like Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, Scott Bessent, the Treasury. These men are giants in the world, and they're going to be with veterans like Jameson Greer and Kevin Hassett. And we, with Donald Trump as our commander-in-chief, are going to protect you from the unfair trade that ravages this country, steals our jobs, steals our factories. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
All right, I got one thing left on my bucket list here. Maybe you can help me out. I'm taking a risk here trying this. But I've gone to so many rallies and watched the boss, and I've always wanted to feel what it was like to be on stage as him when the crowd went absolutely wild. So why don't you warm yourselves up, get ready for the boss, and let me hear you say what you're going to do for Donald Trump.
Woo.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. Woo. Yes. Woo. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. Yes.
USA! 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 USA!
Please welcome to the stage, Kellyanne Conway.
Wow, happy inauguration, Liberation Day. Ladies and gentlemen, the story of 2024 began in 2016, when this country had a hunger for change, looking for someone to upend the establishment here in Washington, and to restore our confidence in a government that's for the people, by the people, and of the people. And you asked for a presidential candidate, a leader, who had an appreciable amount of accomplishments, but who could come to Washington owing nothing to. And that's what he did. Yes. President Trump is a metaphor for this country's greatness, defying the odds, on the naysayers, confounding the critics, and not backing down, never surrendering. But the story of 2016 and 2024 is not just about Donald J. Trump. It's about you. You answered the call. You showed up. You spoke up. You stood up. And you put up. And he will be here soon to thank you. But I wanted to come here today to tell you that I don't believe what they say about books and movies, that the sequel is often not as good as the original. I think this sequel is going to be kick-ass better than the original. One of the best things President Trump has done, and there are so many, is change the conversation, change the culture, and just change the way people look at politics. And the reason he did that was in 2016, he saw everywhere he went, the crowds would get larger, the passion would intensify, the red hats would grow in number, and the throngs of people who would come the night before, the day before, the morning of, just to be a part, not of a conventional political campaign, but a true movement of men and women and children from across this great nation who wanted to be there and be part of something bigger than all of us. To stand up and say, this is our country, that's, we kneel for the Lord, we stand for the flag, we don't confuse the two, and we're here because we believe in those three words that President Trump said every time. Secure the border, respect law enforcement, cut your taxes, repeal, replace Obamacare, get rid of Common Core. And yes, and this time, in 2024, you were there again. But so were so many Americans who had never voted or had never voted Republican. That's the magic of Donald Trump. President Trump, thank you. President Trump has done away with all these acronyms. CRT, BLM, ESG, DEI. Ladies and gentlemen, the acronym of the day of the term is USA. USA! People in Washington love to fight. They love to fight. He's not fighting with Washington. He's fighting for you. And that's why you fight. So continue to stand up and speak up and show up and put up. And ladies and gentlemen, whether you were for him on day one or you were people you know did it on November 6, 2024 for the first time, keep saying
until the parade's over, you come back.
more people into this
If you go up and the parade's
This
going
is
on,
an
wait until it's over,
optimistic,
come back.
positive, forward-looking time for our nation, for our children, for our grandchildren, for our veterans, for the forgotten man, the forgotten woman, the forgotten child. President Trump, never forget, did not need to do this.
What's that?
He did not need to do this. He already had everything that people who go into politics want.
Thank you.
Come on. Thank
Do you
you.
think they're gonna walk?
Brilliant, beautiful wife.
That's why they have this.
Golf anytime he wants. He did this for the people. And as we all know, he dodged a bullet. But ladies and gentlemen, the whole country dodged a bullet. And not having Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris as our presidents. Welcome. Again, happy Inauguration Day. And we're just part of the warm-up band for the main act. Vice President J.D. Vance and 45-47 President Donald J. Trump. God bless you and God bless the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Congressman Dr. Ronny Jackson.
Oh, my doctor! Woo! Yeah! Hey! Yeah! I like it.
All right. Welcome, America, to the greatest day ever. I don't have to tell anybody in this room, these are my favorite people on the planet right here. You guys are the MAGA warriors. You guys, thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Well, I also have to tell you there's a new sheriff in town, right? Donald J. Trump was right about everything. Everything. I've known him for a long time. I was blessed to be his physician and work in the White House side by side with him. I was blessed enough to be with him on January 20, 2017, 8 years ago. I spent the day with him. I watched him give his inaugural address. And I'll tell you, I was extraordinarily blessed to have just come from the Capitol, where I had one of the most satisfying 2 hours of my entire life. When I get to listen to President Trump talk about how horrible this country has been treated, and all of us have been treated, and horrible things that have been done to all of us this last administration for the last 4 years, and how he was going to fix it all, and he did it right there with Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, and everybody else. Kamala Harris, they had to sit there and listen to it, and I loved it. Loved it. I'll tell you what, you know, I thought for sure, I mean, I've always said that the 45th president of the United States is the absolute best president that this country has ever had. But you know what? I think the 47th president's going to be even better. We are in for a change. This is a great day. How many of you out there think this is one of the best days of your entire life?
Yes!
Absolutely it is. We had one chance to get this country back. We were headed down a path of destruction that we would never, ever recover from. I promise you. And we have been given a second chance in the form of Donald J. Trump. He's here, he's back, and he's going to fix what's broken. We're going to get our border back. We're going to stop the illegal immigrants and the cartels that have laid devastation to this country. We're going to lock them up. We're going to get rid of them. We're going to get our economy back. We're going to get our military back. We're going to get our federal government back. We're taking it all back. This is a great time to be an American. This is a great day to be an American. And I just wanted to come here, and I can't wait till he gets here to talk to all of you guys. I want to thank you for what you've done, because he got elected because people like you got out and you voted, and you took neighbors who've never voted to the polls, and we all voted, and there was an overwhelming mandate in this country for Donald Trump to come in here and to take this country back. And so I know we're all excited to be here today. It's going to be super exciting when he gets here in a minute. I just wanted to come up here and tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. I want to say God bless you, God bless the United States of America, and God bless Donald J. Trump. Thank you guys.
Go back to the interview. Sweet little Ronny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
What a great day to be an American. I have to admit, it's a little surreal to be back in Washington, D.C. right now. 8 years ago, I was one of the very first staffers to go into the White House for President Trump's first term. And today, because Donald Trump believed in me, defended me, I stand before you as the youngest governor in the country.
Yes!
More importantly, I stand here as someone who absolutely loves this country and is so thankful we finally have a president that is back
Anh bị
in the
nói sao tự
White
nhiên
House.
nó nói quá trời luôn. Nói hoài luôn. Đúng rồi, hai bên luôn, không biết từ giờ.
My youngest son George is a little tired of
Nói biết
hearing
rồi.
people call the youngest governor in the country.
Vừa mới cúi xuống
The
cái
other
này
day
này.
he asked me, he said, Mom, you're the youngest governor in the country? I said, yeah, George. He said, wow. Those other governors must be really old.
Không cho giúp gì nữa đó nha, chuẩn bị. Giờ người ta là tổng thống rồi chứ không
Whether
phải
you
là
think
maybe
I'm
nữa
too
đâu.
young or you think they're too old, Republican governors have been
Really?
holding the line while we waited on Donald Trump to get back to the White House. And ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. We now have a fighter back at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and I could not be more excited.
Thank you, Paul.
The reason I'm so excited
Chào hết luôn.
to see Donald Trump back
Chai
in the
uống hết
White
trơn
House
đi không được á.
is because I know he's a
Không
president
cho đi á.
who absolutely loves America. Not even an assassin's
Em được
bullet
cái gì
could keep him down and stop him from continuing to fight for each one of us.
Yeah. Our hero.
Over the course of the 2.5 years I had the privilege of serving President Trump, I got to travel with him literally all over the world, seeing firsthand just how much he loves this country. And on one particular trip, it was unlike anything we'd ever done before and probably any of us will ever do again. Some of you have heard this story, but I want to remind you of who Donald Trump is at his core. We boarded Air Force One in complete and total darkness. There were no lights on the plane, no lights on the runway. And 12 hours later, on Christmas night, when we touched down in war-torn western Iraq, again a similar scene. No lights on the runway, no lights on the plane. No one knew that the President of the United States had traveled around the world on Christmas night until we got there. And the President walked in to a dining hall that was packed with troops, men, women, from all over the country. Every demographic you can imagine represented in that room in that moment. And when he stepped in and surprised the men and women of our military, it was a sight and a scene and a sound that I know I will never forget. People chanting in perfect unison, an absolutely unbelievable picture of what makes America incredible. Those men and women cheering, chanting over and over and over again, USA, USA,
Yes.
USA. And there was a young soldier in the back of the room, and he said, Mr. President, I re-enlisted in the military because of you. The President said, without missing a beat, and son, I am here because of you. We finally have a president who will stand up for our country and that will protect and fight for the men and women who wear the uniform and give us the freedom so we easily enjoy it. That young soldier came up to me and he tore the patch off of his shoulder and he placed it into my hand. And he said, Sarah, we are in this together. Ladies and gentlemen, that young man and everyone that has served before him, everyone that will serve after him, deserves to know that we have a leader that loves this country and will do everything he can to make it great, exactly what we have in Donald J. Trump. Stand behind a microphone and defend and celebrate this president many times. But this may be the very proudest because I know over the next 4 years, he is going to rebuild our country and make it the best that it has ever been. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our president. Let's get to work. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage RNC Chairman Michael Whatley.
We flew to Phoenix. We did a rally with Kirk and the turning point guys. We got back on the plane. We flew up to San Francisco. Had a huge dinner there, about an hour-long motorcade, an hour-long back. And we're flying down to Los Angeles. It's about 12:30 Pacific time, 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. Donald Trump has been on a plane for 21 and a half hours. And he looks over at me and he says, "Hey, Michael, pretty cool, huh?" Cool. You know, about 9.5 years ago, he came down the escalator in the city. And to everybody's shock and dismay, he said, "I am going to make America great." Amen. We are going to rebuild our southern border. We are going to restore our economy. We are going to keep our communities safe. And we're going to make sure that America is strong enough to protect our interests and our allies around the world. And I can say that over the last year, as we have taken that message to Detroit, to Philadelphia, to New York, to Milwaukee, to San Francisco, and everywhere in between, that man, our president, has never wavered. Here we are today, and at 12:01, right up the street, he put his hand on a Bible, and he swore an oath to make America great again. So let me ask you, and let me ask all of America, are you ready for America to be wealthy again?
Yes.
Are you ready for America to be safe again?
Yes.
Are you ready for America to be strong again?
Yes.
Are you ready for America to be great again?
Yes.
Are you ready for Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance to be the president and the vice president of the United States of America?
Yes.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, America, and thank you for everything that you did to make today a reality.
Yes. Thank you. Woo. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Congressman Byron Donalds.
Byron Donalds. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Hey. Woo. Byron. Yeah.
Whether it was Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, or Nevada, we swept them all, and Donald Trump is president of the United States. For years, they said it wasn't going to happen. For years, they said, no, it's going to be the left's way. But it was the American people who looked the craziness of the left in the eye and said, we need common sense. We need real vision. We need a country that's going to be preeminent above all others. And we need the American people to be put first. And all of you in this arena and around this country, make sure Donald Trump is the 47th president of the United States.
Yes.
Being here in Washington, on January 20th, especially for me. This is the day we commemorate the birthday of Dr. King.
Yep.
And as I was sitting in the Capitol Rotunda, as I was watching Donald Trump give the best speech ever at a presidential inauguration, it reminded me to another great speech. Sewell and his benediction, I gotta have a talking with him because he was. But what it said to me is that in our country, there are no perfect men. There are no perfect women. There are people who were used at a point in time in this country to put this country in position to be better than it was before. And so that's why in the Capitol Rotunda, when President Trump talked about that bullet that went through his ear, and that he is here at this time because God has placed him here at this time to make sure that the golden era of America comes through.
Hey! Woo!
So yes, we are gonna make sure that we get your prices under control and we have a great economy. Yes, we're gonna get out of stupid wars and dumb conflicts, and we're gonna have peace through strength. Yes, our soldiers are going to be focused on their core mission, and that is to kill the enemy and to come home.
Yep.
Yes, we're going to have the largest repatriation force of illegal immigrants in the history of this country, because the only way you come to America is legally, following the law.
Yes. Woo!
All of those promises and more, they're going to be kept starting today at that very desk over there. And I got a special message, and this is for states like California and New York and Illinois. If you want to continue to have a dumpster fire form of government, if you want to continue to mislead your people thinking that your radical policies are the way forward, people like myself in the great state of Florida, and Tennessee, and Texas, and the administration of Donald J. Trump, we are going to show you what true governance is. We are going to show you what true leadership is. And we are going to show the people in your states that they don't have to live with Gavin Newsom. They can have a And the last thing, because I don't want this to be about red states versus blue states. We are Americans.
Yes.
And the thing that will unify us is the success of our nation. When a young kid can grow up in the inner city and make something of himself, that is success. When a mom can dream about her children and they achieve something wonderful in America, that is success. When an immigrant from another country comes through the right way and they actually build something and they add to what America truly is, that is success. When we unify our efforts and we can disagree, but still keep the most perfect union ever known going, that is success. Those are the common sense ideals of America. That is the leadership that Donald Trump is going to bring. And I don't care if you're in California or Florida, that is going to be the guiding principles of the United States of America.
Yes.
So buckle up, everybody, because we're going to be unified. We're going to get the job done. And I don't know about you, I'm kind of sick of speeches. On Capitol Hill, a few blocks from here, we are going to get the job done, or people will be moved out of the way. God bless you guys. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and their families. God bless you.
Yeah.
to the stage, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie!
We did it, everybody.
Yeah! We did it! Woo!
It is hard to believe, almost surreal. For those of you that have always had the president's back throughout these last couple of years, when we were at our darkest moment 4 years ago, this is your victory. For those of you that refuse to waver, when they tried to throw our amazing patriots in federal prison, when they tried to silence this movement, for those of you that never wavered, this is your victory. For those of you that are sick and tired of seeing your beloved home be overrun by hordes of illegals, this is your victory. And no longer is this just a rally about what we say we're going to do when President Trump takes office. Now I can say what he's doing.
Do it now. Yes. Do it right now. Yes.
President Donald Trump is signing executive order after executive order, 200 executive actions and orders today.
Whoa!
Drill, baby, drill.
Right.
Inflation. National emergency on the southern border. And my favorite, that God created man and woman. No more critical race theory or diversity, equity, inclusion in our military. Our taxpayer dollars will no longer fund our kids to hate our country. It is over as of today, thanks to President Trump.
Right.
What you saw from President Trump today, which by the way, I believe was the best inaugural address in American history. And the reason why it was the best, it was not platitudes or abstractions or empty promises. It wasn't about stuff that the DC regime wants to hear. While they were all sitting behind him, he basically said, the people in this room have been robbing you, the American people. You see, as of high noon, just an hour and a half ago, the 46th president is no longer. You might think it was Joe Biden, but it really was a bunch of White House staffers that you've never heard of before.
Yeah!
It will go 45 Trump, a bunch of White House staffers, 47 Trump. That is how the succession will go.
Woo!
What we have seen these last couple of years was the intentional destruction and obliteration of our homeland. And in just one day, we're going to understand a very simple truth, that decline is a choice. That when your country is failing, it's because our leaders have decided to allow it to fail. And President Trump, I really believe, is on a mission from the Almighty to save this country.
Yes, there is. That's right.
In that millimeter miracle.
Yep.
Where he very well could have been not just shot, but unspeakable things could have happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. And the reason that they wanted to take out Donald Trump so bad, 700 years in federal prison, every possible way imaginable, is because he brings you guys into the ring. Is because he brings you into the negotiation. You see, this was supposed to be a managed decline of the United States of America. And just understand what you are living through. You're living through a new American renaissance. And honestly, there were a lot of people that said there's no way they'll allow Donald Trump to be president again. They're going to steal it. They're going to use the machines. And I understand all that. They're going to try to take him out. But never underestimate the will of the American people and the sovereignty of God towards righteous and good purposes.
Yes.
Donald Trump is evidence that God is not done with the United States of America.
That's right.
Yes.
His days are with us.
Woo! And our marching orders are very simple. Right now,
The southern border is being secured and it is being militarized. There are no more illegal entries allowed in the United States of America.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yes! Thank you! Woo!
And we have to understand that it's going to be more than just executive action. It's all of you continue to fight in your community. It's all of you continue to understand that this is going to be a bottom-up movement to reclaim our communities, to reclaim our school boards, to make sure our kids love America again. And for me personally, I have a lot of things that I could have done, but the most important thing that I can do and Turning Point can do is to go back on these campuses to make sure that Gen Z is the most conservative generation in American history. I'll say this in closing, everybody. In closing, Donald Trump won the White House largely because younger voters trusted Donald Trump with their vote. It was the largest swing of any demographic, a 35-point swing. For 12 years, I have been focusing on trying to get young people to believe in America, to believe in conservative principles. And I went to campus after campus, and you know, it was not easy work. It was very difficult. But I will, to all of the young people in America and Gen Z, I want you to know, President Trump is going to deliver for you so that you can be able to own a home, have big families, believe in this country, and the American dream that your parents once had, you will also be able to enjoy. And let us all together say, thank you, God. Thank you for giving us 45 and 47. Thank you for delivering.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Please welcome to the stage the next Secretary of Commerce, Lutnick.
Good afternoon on the greatest inauguration day ever. Today is one of the most important days in American history because Donald J. Trump is right now getting back to the White House. I could not be prouder to be standing before you because 77 million Americans voted for Donald Trump to make sure that it is always America first.
Yep.
So I want to tell you some things because no president, Donald Trump is now the oldest president to take office, but no president has ever had his work ethic, his energy, or his intuition. So when the president sees a problem, he calls it out. You know it, right? He's the one who said fake news.
Yep.
He's the one who said the swamp. He's the one who said the deep state. We've all heard him say it, and now we all know it's true. And his intuition is always right, so he starts talking about bad trade deals. That's what he thinks. So let me tell you a story about the last day on the campaign trail. So I went to meet the president in North Carolina, okay? He gets up in the morning at 8 o'clock. We get in the motorcade, he gives a speech. He goes to 3 states, 4 rallies, an hour and a half each rally. Midnight, we start 8 a.m., he finishes midnight. Gets on the stage midnight in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Speaks for 2 hours. 2 hours. Never takes a nap. And when he's on the stage, he's never taken a sip water.
Yep.
The man is power. He is power.
He's a beast.
See, no other president will let the administration do it. He's going to help us fix America. So, I've never been in politics before. I spent my life working and building companies, and I worked hard to build a life that really it's only possible in America. But on September 11th, when we saw our darkest day, it changed my life forever. See, my company was located on the 101st to the 105th floors of the World Trade Center. We lost 658 of our 960 New York-based employees. My younger brother, Gary, who's 36, my best friend, Doug, 39, 658 of my friends and colleagues got killed. So 9/11 could have broken us, but we Americans were strong. We don't break. So we all, my employees and I, we dedicated ourselves to rebuilding the company so we could take care of the 658 families that we lost. And I want you to know, we received thousands and thousands of cards and letters, and most importantly, we received all of your prayers, and that mattered to us and helped carry us through. So the events of September 11th instilled in me a sense of community and dedication for the country. So when the president asked me to join him in his administration, I jumped at the chance. So I was the co-chair of the transition team, which helped pick for the president, helped sort of set him up so he could pick all the nominees. And then I'm really proud to tell you that he was nominated, President Trump has nominated me to be the next Secretary of Commerce for the United States. So let's talk about commerce. You see, we plan to end the decades of policies that threw American workers to the factories, jobs were lost, wages decreased. We left Americans out back home while country after country of this world took us to the clean and off of us. And that is going to end today. At the start of the 20th century, America was the richest country on earth, and we defended from unfair trade policies with tariffs. And we only made money. We had no income tax. All we did is charge other countries and foreign companies, if they want to sell to America, they had to pay for entry. Okay, so the U.S. government had no income tax. Americans got to keep all their hard-earned money, and foreigners paid the price. So now, what's happening? We have the internal revenue service. That means charge us internally. Now imagine politicians who can't even balance their own checkbook. Every year, let's just take more, let's just take more, let's just take more. So this is how Donald Trump is going to end it and fix it. Last week, he announced that we're going to return America to greatness by creating, and today is its birthday, the External Revenue Service. So if you're always wondering, some bureaucrat gonna cut your benefits, not under Donald Trump, not under Donald Trump. Foreign companies are gonna pay if they want to come and sell products to the wealthiest country on earth. And if they want to compete with American workers, then let's just not tax our American workers. It means creating fields, and it means that America will be great by reducing the taxes that we pay and driving the ones that they pay. So what that means is the External Revenue Service will put up tariffs or walls that protect you. And that means if these companies don't want to pay, there's only one thing they can do. Build the factory in America, hire Americans with great high-paying jobs. Double the size of our unions in America, but not just by adding more and more great-paying jobs. That's our objective. So today is the beginning of celebrating the return of common sense, ending the decades of disrespecting the American worker and the disrespect and unfair treatment of our workers. Today, Donald Trump returns to the White House and prosperity returns to America. Thank you all, and I love today. What a day!
Ok mọi người, bây giờ em xuống lại chút xíu nha, chút xíu tổng thống tới rồi chúng tôi em sẽ chia sẻ tiếp.
Romaner của Virginia. Nhưng mà
chắc tụi em muốn không? Thôi.
Dạy quá. Lát nữa tụi em chia sẻ khi mà tổng thống tới nha.
Rồi, bye bye mọi người nha, chia sẻ mọi người.
Để sạc pin rồi rep nữa.
Để sạc pin nữa, ok, bye bye mọi người nha.